So what's up with the Denver airport? It's the second biggest airport in the world despite being ranked 20th in air traffic. It was way behind schedule during construction and the final cost was $2 billion over the original budget. So what did they spend all that extra time and money on? Allegedly, some of the construction workers said they built 5 multi-story buildings underneath the airport as well as an elaborate tunnel system. So why did they build them? Well, there are 3 popular theories. 1. They're the headquarters of the New World Order. 2. They are FEMA concentration camps waiting to be used. And 3. They are doomsday bunkers for the global elite. In 2011, a potential doomsday-sized comet named Elenine was supposed to hit the Earth, and on that day, President Obama just happened to be in Denver. There is also a capstone in the airport that displays a Masonic symbol and gives thanks to the New World Airport Commission for building the airport. There are many murals covering the airport which some believe depict the New World Order taking over after a doomsday event. Not to mention a giant blue horse statue named Lucifer, which many people believe represents the 4th horseman of the apocalypse. Even the Denver airport seems to play into these conspiracies.
Okay, I have a major conspiracy theory. I was scrolling through TikTok and I saw this girl who posted a video saying that she had a dream that on May 10th, 2020, quarantine would be lifted. But on May 10th, 1994, Mandela was elected president. And if you don't know, there was thousands of people who had a memory of him dying in 1980 in a prison. And all evidence of his death was gone, nowhere to be found. And that is where you get the Mandela effect. I went into the comment section and there was a few people saying that they had the same dream that quarantine would be lifted on May 10th. And there was also a book published predicting that there would be a pandemic in 2020 as well as the world ending. So I started doing more research into the whole world ending because as we all know, there's been multiple times that the world was predicted to end, but it never did. But what if it actually did end? I found multiple articles suggesting that when the world was predicted to end, we actually shifted into an alternate dimension. Part 2's up right now, I'm running out of time. Okay, part 2 of my conspiracy theory. Every time that the world was predicted to end, we actually switched into an alternate dimension. A dimension exactly the same as the first one we were in, but slightly different, like details of the past have changed. For example, in the Star Wars movie, we all know the famous line, Luke, I am your father. But if you go back and watch the original 1980 film, it says, no, I am your father. And my dad said that he had watched an interview and the guy who plays Darth Vader confirmed that he did say Luke, not no. He also said that C-3PO was all gold. And there was action figures of him sold being gold and he remembered it as a child. And when we went back and watched the 1977 film, one of his legs is silver. So going back to the TikTok that I watched. She predicted that on May 10th, quarantine would be lifted, and I know what you're all thinking. How can quarantine just be lifted on May 10th? This is a pandemic. Part 3 is up now. Part 3 of my conspiracy theory. In the TikTok I watched, she had a dream that on May 10th, quarantine would be lifted, but she also says, what if May 10th is the reset date? Now we go back to the book that predicted that in 2020 the world would end. What if the world was supposed to end on May 10th, 2020, but we actually just switched dimensions again? And what if it's the coronavirus that next falls into the Mandela effect? The only way quarantine would be lifted is if it was completely gone. And the only way for it to be completely gone is if we shifted into another dimension and it doesn't exist anymore. Sorry, I'm getting really excited. And then later down the line, when we're all like, wait, like, wasn't there another pandemic? There will be no evidence of it because we will be in another dimension, okay? Okay. Also, don't come for me. Like, this is just a theory. It was like a late night thought, but kind of mind-blowing to me at the same time. So just, yeah.
What if I told you aliens really do exist? Do not watch if you get easily paranoid. Ever since we were able to talk, we all knew about aliens. They were in kids' books, textbooks, and well, basically everywhere. You either believe them, don't believe them, or just don't care. But what if I could prove to you they're real? Let's start from the way beginning. In 1470, Leonardo da Vinci painted the Madonna. And in the background of this painting, there's, well, a UFO. Without technology and the internet, How did Da Vinci know about UFOs? But what about some more recent evidence? In the last decade, a lot of pictures of UFOs have skyrocketed, or even leaked images from the Roswell crash. But get this, in the last month, the United States government released official UFO footage. Here's that footage.
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the SA. My gosh. Look at that thing, dude.
So for over a decade now, the world has wondered what happened to JonBenet Ramsey. She was a child star and the daughter of John Bennett Ramsey, and she was murdered in '96. If you keep up with current events and news and things, then I'm sure you know who this person is. But just in case you don't. This is Jeffrey Epstein, and if you look at this bottom line right here, it says that he was charged for using underage girls for sex trafficking or sexually abusing them. Here's the actual listing of criminal charges for procuring an underage girl for prostitution or sex trafficking. Long story short, he's trash. This is a picture of him with his most current girlfriend. Why is she important, you might ask yourself? Well, right here it says that she was also accused of helping Epstein with procuring and trafficking underage girls. She denies these allegations, but still it's there. The picture I'm about to show you was taken of JonBenet shortly before she died. Notice someone?